This is KWTX News 10.
Good evening, Central Texas. I'm Tara Mergener. Gordon is on assignment. We begin tonight with a News 10 exclusive, a murder mystery which started in Dallas and ends in Lake Whitney. You may remember a body turned up in the lake in February. It took law enforcement more than a month to say who it was. Tonight, that man's family sits down with our Rissa Shaw, who has been digging into the story. Rissa, this is an unusual case.
It is, Tara, because law enforcement has stayed mostly silent on this case from the get-go, and 5 weeks later, there's still so many unanswered questions. In fact, details in this case are so few. William Gilbreath's family tells me they'll be getting his death certificate this week, but it will be mostly blank. Law enforcement won't say how he was killed or if there's any suspects. His family thinks he was robbed and shot, but they don't think someone did it alone, especially after a gruesome photo surfaced on social media. We've chosen not to air it, but it shows his body being pulled out of the water, wrapped head to toe in duct tape. Tonight, we ask, what happened to William Gilbreath?
I'm glad that he was my dad out of all the people that could have been chosen.
Named after his father, William Martinez remembers his dad, William Gilbreath, as a big kid.
Whenever we were little, we'd go to McDonald's and he'd take the McDonald's tray and he'd go down the slide. And he was a huge dude.
At 6'3", 280.
It looked like he ate people for breakfast.
Gilbreath was a workout junkie who was unstoppable, at least until the night of February 23rd.
Like if he had to get home to me or anybody else that was his family, no one was gonna stop him to do that.
That's true.
And it had to have been something bad for him not to come home.
William was in the kitchen the last time he saw his dad alive.
He told me that it would be 30 minutes, like he'd come back in 30 minutes, and he didn't.
You know, you talk to him every day and you have a system, something that he's never broken, and he would never not come home to our kids.
Gilbreath's ex, Amanda Kirkham, filed a missing persons report immediately, but knew in her heart the father of her children was never coming back.
I just knew.
4 days later, Gilbreath's car and keys were found at a lake a couple miles away from his home. The next day, his body turned up in Lake Whitney, almost 100 miles away.
You hear about this stuff all the time, you know, and you're always like, these people got themselves in this position, they did this, and here we are, and it's just like, he really, really, really didn't deserve it.
They said Gilbreath wasn't a gambler, and if he was using drugs or alcohol, they didn't know about it. But for unknown reasons, his behavior had changed the week leading up to his death, and he hung out with a bad crowd.
Makes you question everything. Humanity, your faith, our justice system, you know.
They say law enforcement was slow in investigating the case, and they're frustrated with the lack of information being released.
What kept him from us? What took him away from our children? What's going to happen to them? Are they going to get away with it? Are they going to make them pay?
So many questions left unanswered. Now they're hoping someone will come forward and give them closure.
You know, it's in our backyard. There's people like that out there, and how do we stop them unless people help us?
You know something more can be done.
The family is hoping someone remembers seeing this car the night of February 23rd or morning of February 24th. The family is begging anyone with even the smallest piece of information to come forward. They can call Dallas Police at the number on the screen. I've reached out to all the agencies involved, which include Dallas PD, the Bosque County Sheriff's Office, and the Texas Rangers, but so far no one will give me more information on the case. Meanwhile, to honor his father, William is in the process of changing his last name. Gilbreath also has a daughter with Kirkham, Angelica, who was too shy to go on camera. In the studio, Rissa Shaw, News 10.